everyone to Caleb Watches Movies, the channel where I, Caleb, randomly select from one of the many movies that I own and I watch them and review them for you, especially on days like today where I am actually watching an entire film and you're getting all of my genuine watch-along reactions. And today is a very special day because today is the 30th anniversary of one of the greatest films that has ever touched a movie screen, and that is Schindler's List, directed by Steven Spielberg. Released in 1993, won the Best Picture Academy Award the following year, and rightfully so, because it is a movie that is not really a film. It's more of just a slice of life and a retelling of these people's stories that many people have tried to shun or forget or to keep quiet over the years. I have only seen this movie once before, so this is not a first-time watch-along, but it has been a very long time since I have watched this movie, because this is a movie that is not one to watch on a consistent basis, and I'm pretty sure you'll see why. So for those of you that haven't watched this film before, please know that there are sequences in here that are very graphic and are going to be very hard. I'm going to push through them because those sequences do resonate a lot with me and hit me emotionally. From what I remember, they hit me emotionally. And please know that I do take the events of the Holocaust and World War II very seriously. All of this stuff in the background, this is just me, this is just my personality. In stressful situations or in very awkward situations, very emotional situations, my coping mechanism is to laugh or to make jokes. So there may be times in here where I am laughing, but that is just because I'm trying to cope with myself going through the difficult situations. And please know, like, all this stuff in the background, this is just my set, this is just my stuff. I like this stuff. This is just who I am. This is what I like. So please know, even though there's colorful, fun, superhero pop figure stuff in the background, I do take this subject matter very seriously, and I do want to take this watch along very seriously. So I say enough of me talking. I say we get into this watch along celebrating the 30th anniversary of the release of Schindler's List. I'm going to imagine I'm not going to be as talkative as I usually am in my watch-alongs. And usually the watch-alongs that I've done on this channel have all been to, like, campy horror shit. And then here we have something that's just incredibly serious. I always forget that this film starts in color and then moves to black and white. I only know it just in black and white. Schindler's List. The list is life. Oh, and then the candles, when they go out, that turns it into black and white. Oh, that's just freaking beautiful. God, this is going to be hard. The German forces defeated the Polish army in 2 weeks. Good old German forces in World War II. I do like the use of black and white for this film. I know that Steven Spielberg had to fight the movie studio. I believe they said that they were going to release the film in theaters in black and white. Wanted to shoot in color, we'll release it in black and white, but then in the VHS tape we were going to release it in color. Just doesn't make sense. I like the idea of black and white because really our recollection of the Holocaust and World War II is just all in black and white. That's what all documentaries and actual footage of these real life people, their lives are just permanently established in black and white, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And plus the whole idea of black and white, just having this clear line of what is right and what is wrong. It's black and white. What is happening to these people is just plain wrong, and there's no gray area about it. Oh, Liam Neeson. This thing about being the tailor for Liam Neeson, the man is so freaking tall. Like, that's a lot of fabric to make for a man. He's a playboy. Oh, and then there it is. What's upsetting is that the swastika, now it represents hatred, it represents a terrible hate-filled political party during World War II, but that symbol is actually a religious symbol that Hitler got. I believe he was painting or he was in a church somewhere and he saw that symbol. I forget what it actually means in the Christian faith, but they tilt it on its side and then it's a symbol for a political party that should not come back at all. Liam Neeson. One of the few movies that he's in that he doesn't die in. He's a war profiteer, he's a womanizer, he's a manipulator from what I remember. And just look at the lighting here. Just beautiful. See him here at this party, he's calculating. He's figuring out what's going to be his best in to the Nazi party, into these forces to where he can start making a profit and start taking advantage of the war. I wonder what Spielberg's decision was to shoot this film in English. Because these are Germans, they would be speaking in German. Just wondering why everything is in English. I like it, because it's the language that I know. They had a reserved table, and if he's gonna make his way in, that reserved table is gonna be the one that he's sitting at. Be a great marketing manager. If he was alive today, he would be a great marketing person. He's recruiting him. He's going to do all of his books so that all he needs to do is worry about partying, and then he's going to do all the books to do all the business stuff. Like a true CEO.
I do all the work. What, if you don't mind my asking, what do you do?
A presentation, I believe.
The companies in business. I see that it had a certain panache. That's what I'm good at. Not the work, not the work. Presentation.
Right. What do CEOs do for companies, right? They don't work at it, but they do the presentation. That's really what a CEO is for. Put on my grandpa sweater because it's the middle of December and I'm kind of cold down here in my basement and I'm not moving around. Before I thought it was going to be okay, but just sitting here, I'm going to be sitting here for 3 hours. Gonna be cold. Jesus Christ. Because of who you are outed from your home. You're segregated to a small little community. And then if you've seen this movie before, you know what happens then. Why do I feel all that luggage is just gonna be discarded? They just outed them from their home, and then he immediately just swoops in and claims it for his own.
How on earth could it possibly be worse?
Don't say that. It's so hard at the beginning. You know, this film is about Oskar Schindler and his list. And he's such a fucking prick at the beginning. He's taking advantage of these people who are in just the worst conditions ever. Even before all the terrible shit goes down. He's taking advantage of them. And how can you get behind such a despicable person? But then eventually you find out that this man has empathy. And he has a grand plan to save these people. I wonder if he even had that intent originally. Like, I feel like he had just the intent of making money and running a business. And if the Germans won World War II, he would be fine. But then as the war continued and it looked like the Axis powers were losing, I feel like that's when he kind of flipped the switch, and I don't know. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's watch the movie.
The Jewish worker's salary, you pay it directly to the SS, not to the worker. He gets nothing.
But it's less. It's less than what they would pay a Pope.
It's less.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
So wait, you had Jewish workers, but you don't pay the Jewish people. You don't pay the worker. You pay the SS soldier. What?
Also, he's asking for 10 healthy women for the... Bring your sister, okay?
I do like that there's laughter and there's jokes and there's humor that is being presented here with these characters. Life is not all sorrow and terribleness, and this whole situation is not all awful. It's a movie. It has to have just brief moments of levity. So just seeing them make a small little joke like that is definitely welcome. What I do love about this movie is that when it was released, it did help a lot of Holocaust survivors come forward to tell their story, to let people know that this was happening and it had happened. To think that there's people out there that think that this didn't happen is just so idiotic and beyond me. But I love how this movie inspired other people to come forward and inspired other people to learn.
At all times.
Yeah, what a position to be in, because he essentially is making the decision of who lives and who dies eventually. See, this is why I didn't think that Schindler had any idea or concept of what this factory was going to be at the beginning, other than just a profit for him. See, I'm going into lightheartedness like I typically do. Oh, you scoundrel, you. Well, she just eye-fucked the shit out of him. And then, of course, the older one is that he's not interested in is like the best one. Did he choose all of them? You choose all. I think he chose all of them. I'm laughing now because I know later on I'm not going to.
And of course, who could live without German cigarettes? Get me as many as you can find.
Who can live without German cigarettes? I can. Marketing to all the high-ranking officials. Smart. Gotta be a really cool feeling having 350 people working for you. Large does the list get to? Isn't it like 600? This movie is about legacy. It's Schindler's legacy. It's the legacy of these people, these survivors, and the people who were murdered during this whole situation. This is a way for some of their stories to be told and to be etched permanently in film, to be watched by millions of people all over the world. The movie is so layered with messages. It's about hatred. It's about war profiteering. It's about indifference. It's about legacy. It's a beautiful film. We're only like 40 minutes into this thing, and it's already just a freaking beautiful movie. War is the best business. And that's a sickening truth, but...
Should I stay?
Should I stay or should I go?
You know it, and I know it. Juice, shoveling snow. It's got a ritual significance.
Danke, look at the snow. Look at the snow. Look at the snow.
Look down. Oh, Jesus. Wow. That was a hauntingly beautiful shot.
Worked hard at home. I tried to explain them. It was a mistake, but I'm sorry. It was stupid.
What if I got here 5 minutes later? Then where would I be?
Well, you'll never forget that card again, I guess. Jesus. Are they even having their own people sort through them? My God. Now that worker's realizing what he's doing. I think originally he probably thought this was a job.
Which is where you will want to start, huh?
Yeah, there he is. Our antagonist, our villain of the story, appears 51 minutes into the film. The whole Nazi party, German forces, is the enemy. He's just the face of it for this film. And he literally finds all of them disgusting.
The entire foundation has to be torn down and repoured. I'm a graduate of civil engineering from the University of Milan.
He's too smart.
Educated Jew, like Karl Marx himself. Unterscharführer. Jawohl. Shoot her.
More than that.
I'm sure you're right. Take it down, repour it, rebuild it, like she said.
To have such thoughts of just looking at someone's life thinking that it's meaningless. Ugh. Just terrible. Ray Fiennes does a great job in this film. I want to know where he was taking on this role, like mentally. Who would want to have his name and face associated with this? Oh God, this is the time. This is going to be a hard section. Just calling it liquidation is disgusting. This isn't a business. This isn't a company. These are goddamn people. God, the fact that there are so many of them who are like, yep, we're going to do this. This race of people, yep, we're going to oust them. Just to think that all of them believe that. God. They do that and then they force them to walk over his body.
That line!
You have to think that there's no You have to think that there's no acting going on here. Probably so that they're dead by the time they get up there and they don't feel any pain or feel any shot.
As good as that. Leave her. Give me a moment. Just let you drink your inside. Join the line.
Women to the left! Men to right. Women to the left! Women to the left!
That's the worst part right there is the separation.
Finish and join the lines, little Polish clicking soldier.
Come with me. I will put you in the good line. Do you know that?
And there she is. There's the little girl. Little girl in a red coat, just walking. People are being shot all around her. This is the moment that changes him. And he realizes the whole situation, what's going on. All these people, these soldiers who are directing all these people, and then there's just a little girl just walking along. It represents the indifference that these people, that the Germans had towards these people, towards the Jews. It represents the indifference that the world had towards this whole situation. Good God. They line them up so they save bullets. But that little girl just represents the indifference of the world. Because we knew. America knew. The entire world knew. Germany knew. Everyone knew that this was happening. And yet, no one did anything. Non-diegetic music. Never mind. He's actually playing. He's entertaining himself.
Das wollen wir heute noch schaffen.
That's the worst part right there. This is planned. People sat around a table and scheduled and planned and positioned what to do here. This was premeditated. People thought about this before actually going in and doing it. This wasn't just a spur of the moment thing. People sat around, had conversations of what would be the most efficient way to eradicate these people. And that's the sickest part, but he's changed. That's the moment. Taking roll call, does it matter to you fuckers? Ray finds this so good here. Sociopathic nature of this person is feeling nothing behind this. He's just doing.
Every day that goes by, I'm losing money. Every worker that is shot costs me money. I have to find somebody else. I have to train them.
We're going to be making so much money. None of this is...
I love how he's framing this so that he understands. He's not talking about all these people's lives. He's talking about them as commodities. It's not that he's trying to save these people's lives, or at least show that to him. He's talking about them as if they're his workers, and this is about his business. This isn't about humanity. This is about work. This is about his profit. This is about his business. I will say, I think this is the best that Ray Fiennes has ever looked. If I can alleviate the tension here that I'm feeling while watching this is the best that Ray Fiennes has ever looked. Like, he looks very handsome here, even in that shit uniform. Spielberg is such a wonderful director, and his use of shadows and silhouettes are just, it's the best. No one has done it better. I know he always tried to shoot characters, like with Indiana Jones. He wanted their silhouette to have people look at it and go like, oh, that's that character, that's Indiana Jones. Probably why I like Batman so much, because all you need is his silhouette, and you know it's Batman. But now, let's get back to the movie, shall we? Boy, he's just loving himself. Do you think he still hates him? I mean, originally I think he just despised him, but just appreciated the job and appreciated the opportunity. I think at this point, maybe like the walls are breaking for him. Maybe he's starting to like Schindler. There he goes. That was another hauntingly beautiful shot right there, with the spotlight and the gates closing.
But you've been working since, I think, what, about 6 this morning? Yet, such a small pile of hinges.
Shit. God. Is this Glock jamming? Holy crap. How many times did he hear a click? Like 15 times? That's 15 clicks where his life could have ended. How do you move on with your life after that? My God. See, there's that silhouette again. Just him at the top of the stairs.
They say you are good.
Who says that?
Everyone.
Well, that's a problem. If that gets out, and those officers find out...
It's dangerous! It's dangerous to me!
These people are in danger, sir. He's so fixated on, you know, keeping himself safe, and he doesn't want the reputation of this place to get out, otherwise the whole operation is going to be taken down. But yet here he still does the right thing. He still does the good thing and saves those people.
Power is when we have every justification to kill. And we don't.
You think that's power?
When you have the capability of doing it and you don't, that is true power, yeah. But I love what he's doing. He's trying to convince him subtly to stop shooting people. It's funny, him trying to talk about pardoning people to a Nazi. That's funny to me. On deaf ears. That's where you're talking. That's who you're talking to.
She was smoking on the job.
Tell her not to do it again.
Oh, and he is pardoning people. Shocking.
Go ahead, go and leave. Leave, I pardon you.
Look at his physicality and how he just pushes his stomach forward. Where is he going to revert back to his ways? Oh, Jesus. I have my cat Victor up on the ledge. Has been here this entire morning. Thought I'd let him in here just to come on down and cheer me up at a certain point. What's up, bud? Hey, buddy. Want to come up here? Oh. Hi. Hi, how's it going? Oh, you're fine. Buddy, you're fine. Relax. Hey, bud. Say hi to everybody. Victor, say hi. Hello, everyone. Merry Christmas. Happy 30th anniversary to Schindler's List. Yay. You're the first cat on one of my watch-alongs, buddy. How's it going? Yeah, that's the microphone. That's the microphone. Oh, Mr. Victor. My beautiful little black kitty. The mirroring here is very, again, I like saying it, but it's hauntingly beautiful. It's easy for Schindler, but then this guy, he's just so despicable that if there's any type of love and affection, it's forced. He's forcing it. See the disgusted look on all those officers' faces? Because he kissed a Jew. Oh, no. No. That's what they were doing. They were separating the parents from the kids. Oh my God, I really don't know. Oh God. I feel like all I'm doing is just sitting here and shaking my head. Because my God, they're all just on top of each other in hot weather. They're all just suffocating. I think this is where the Germans realize, like, what he's doing. Look at how tall that man is. His head almost hit the top bar when he walked through that door. They freaked out because he kissed a Jewish woman. It's no. Oh God. The fact that they have to do that for their own friends and family.
The party's over, Oscar. They're closing us down, sending everybody to Auschwitz.
When?
I don't know. As soon as I can arrange the shipment, maybe 30, 40 days. That would be fun.
Either ship everyone out or... Oh God. It's the girl in the red coat.
I've done what I came here for. I've got more money than any man can spend in a lifetime.
Good for you. So what are you going to do with it then? He's such a good manipulator. He's making this deal with him, and he's trying to make it sound like it's going to benefit him. the most, when in the end it's all going to benefit him and the Jewish people, the people on his list. He's a master manipulator, which in many circles you would think is a terrible thing, but for this situation, for what he's wanting to do, it's admirable. And they're creating the list. Amazing. He knows all of their names. You wouldn't think that he would. And yet he's saying all their names. Every type, every letter that he puts on that paper, it's another life saved. Is that sick to think about?
The list is an absolute good. The list is life. All around its margins lies the gulf.
You know the power of just saying your name? Just a moment of power for all these people. Saying their name to live. Again, to think that people in this world think that this didn't happen. And that these are all real people who went through this shit. Oh good, she got on it. I thought I remember her being killed when I first saw this movie. Good, she got on it. Good. Oh no.
One day on the fire. Oh, yes. One day.
Oh no. They went to the wrong place. What's there to say, you know? The amount of terror that you would feel in that moment. That you're just paraded around like cattle. What I'm getting from watching this movie, like these large ensemble scenes like this, like there's no acting here. There's just people being in the moment, living. You just see the terror in their eyes. And the fact that he has to present them just as things to save their goddamn lives is sick. You know how tall that man is. He stands above everybody else. I know this is a serious moment. Give me a chance to just laugh a little bit, okay? Lighten up, please. Let me.
What's the matter with you? You should be preparing for the Sabbath. Shouldn't you? I've got some wine in my office. Come.
It's not about the prophet anymore for him. Life is the prophet. God, life is the prophet. I just said it out loud. God.
Signed the act of unconditional surrender of all German land, sea, and air forces in Europe to the Allied Expeditionary Force.
I'm a member of the Nazi Party. I'm a munitions manufacturer. I'm a profiteer of slave labor. I am a criminal.
Yeah.
Here they are. They're all here. This is your opportunity.
No, please don't. But look at that. Look at that shot.
I ask us to observe 3 minutes of silence.
No offense, Rabbi, but he did say 3 minutes of silence. Oh yeah, that's right. It's the melting of the Jewish gold into a nice little trinket for Schindler. Some levity, right? Just some levity. God, they're all free. Like, where do you go? Like, they're far away from home. Like, what do you do? Do you go back home, or do you just start a new life there, or do you flee to a different country? Get out of there. I mean, I would do that. If my country turned against me and my people, yeah, I would not want to be there. So happy that his story got told. That everyone's story here got told.
It's Hebrew from the Talmud. It says, whoever saves one life saves the world entire.
It's a beautiful sentiment. You save one life, you save the world. I did enough.
Oscar, there are 1,100 people who are alive. alive because of you. Look at them.
1,100 people.
If I made more money. I threw away so much money. You have no idea. This car. God would have bought this car. Why did I keep the car? 10 people right there. 10 people. 10 more people.
You did enough. You did enough.
Person.
If I was in that situation and I survived that, I would leave the country. I would leave the continent. I would get as far away as I could from this place. 6 million Jews died in camps and labor camps during World War II. 1,100 people something. Yeah, fuck you. Good. Actually, I was going to look up and see what happened to him afterwards. But now I know. It's good to know. That's right, he brought the remaining survivors there for the film, and then they put the stones. That movie is a an event. It's a chore, a good chore, not in like a terrible way. There are some times where a movie transcends being a film, or it just transcends the idea of it being entertainment, or it just being, it transcends it being just an educational thing. Even though this was very educational and enlightening to a lot of people, this movie is so much more than a movie. It's a slice of life. It's a slice of, it's a look into a literal chapter that is evil of us people on this planet. And this isn't the only time this has happened. Humans have always done war. Humans have always done war well. And the idea of genocide has been around for millennia, unfortunately. It's a sickening realization, but it has. And one of the more recent stories of genocide happening in our world today, God. I honestly didn't think it was going to hit me that much. I really didn't. Because I have seen this movie before. And, you know, even that first time, I don't recall it hitting me like this. Maybe it's because I'm older now. I'm not so young. And I don't know, just I think the older you get, the more you realize just how precious life is and how fleeting it is. And to just see so many people just be cast aside, like they're not even living people, that they're just cattle, they're just things to just discard somewhere. And I said it throughout the review, and I'm sorry, this wasn't as entertaining as my other watch logs have been, but I mean, this subject matter is just not something to throw jokes out with. It's not something to be laughing about. And I remember seeing an interview with Spielberg talking about how this was one of the most like professional, quiet sets that he's ever been a part of. People were just standing around ready to do their job and perform. No one was telling jokes. No one was talking about, you know, the results of a game from, you know, back home. People were just there to work and were there to tell a story because they felt like it was their duty to do that. And it's commendable. It's very commendable that he felt the need to tell this story. Because it's not just a story, it was life. This happened. This really did happen. And the fact that there are idiots in this world that think that this did not happen, it's gross. That is sick, because there's proof. There are people with the tattoos on their arm, right? There are numbers on their arm that they can't get rid of. It was almost 100 years ago, which is nice to think about, because it was 100 years ago. You think that 100 years, it's so far away from you. It's really not that far away, but you know, it is a generation. It is a lifetime ago. But it did happen, and that's why this film exists, is to show people that it did happen. And I know this was a film. The actual events that happen in here are toned down, watered down versions of what actually happened. And I know survivors have said that, you know, what actually happened in real life was nothing compared to what happened in the film, even though the film represented the spirit of what happened accurately. This is just not a movie. It's just a slice of history that I think everyone should see. This movie is brilliant. It was well shot. Liam Neeson is great. Ben Kingsley is fantastic here. The cinematography is out of this world. The use of silhouettes, the use of light, and the use of smoke. We see it right away in the beginning with the light being lit, and then the candle extinguishing itself, and then there's smoke, and the cigarette smoke, and the ash smoke, and the train, and everything. This is a great way to end the year. I don't think I can do another movie review, at least for another week, because this just takes it out of you. But we're coming to the end of the year. This is the 30th anniversary of Schindler's List, one of the greatest movies to ever be put on a movie screen, and it's one of the greatest films of all time. And I don't want to say I hope you enjoyed this film, because it's not something to really like enjoy, but it is something to get a lot of respect with. And I hope everyone saw or gets that feeling when they watch this film, the respect that is put into making it, from Spielberg, the crew, the cast, everyone involved. So, everyone, what did you think about my reaction, my watch-along of Schindler's List? Whatever you thought, comment below and let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit that bell so you'll know the next time I release the next movie review. So everyone, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, go watch a movie. Take care, guys.